Connection TV, the people's choice for hot topics.
As you can see, people, we're going to be talking about Trinidad and Tobago needs better forensic science centers and even more forensic centers in Trinidad and Tobago. Because, and I'll tell you exactly the reason why I came to this conclusion. Anybody that has any type of intelligence will notice that the way the crime is going in the country and the way the cold cases is going and the unsolved murders in this country, where criminals is getting away by easily because of lack of forensic knowledge. And also, when I say better forensic centers, I mean forensic centers with better quality equipment to solve these murders. It's more than just they're going to do autopsy and call that that's how Trinidad doing. As soon as it's a murder, they take it to the where they go and do the autopsy, and that's it. No, it's more to a crime. Seeing as we like to follow the United States in certain things, guess what? You know that every single year the United States invests money into the technology of the forensic science centers to solve cold cases. Whenever a case go cold in Trinidad and Tobago, it's not rocket science that you know that case might never get solved, because out of sight, out of mind. As soon as they put them folders away, though the police of Trinidad and Tobago is not going back into it. I don't care what nobody tell me, I don't think they're going back in it. Because tell me one murder that they solved that went cold for over 10 years. You know, in United States, they be solving cold cases from way back in 1970 something, way back in the 80s, 90s. They still be pulling up these files and going into them. We need, as Trinidad and Tobago, the government need to invest money into the technology of the forensic science centers so that they could test, there's machines that you could test a bullet from a gun and then trace back through the DNA of the bullet. And some people will say, what you mean by DNA of a bullet? Yes, a bullet has a DNA. And when I say DNA, every bullet and every gun, right? Every gun. A bullet may be alike according to this type of bullet. But every gun, when it's shot off, it leaves a different imprint to the back of the bullet shell. So, the forensic science centers with the technology of using, where they could use the gun and shoot it into a canister, and according to how the fragment come back, they could say, listen, this bullet, this fragment, the way the fragment look, they could trace it back to numerous murders. So when they do find the person that was connected to the gun, they could pull them up on those other cases. It seems like the only time the police could pin somebody to a gun in Trinidad and Tobago, they had to catch them with it. It seems like Trinidad don't have the technology, because if you look, simple things like this, look at this. And when that take place, the police come on the scene, they try to block off the road, they still have people walking on the road regular, walking past the scene, children playing with the spent shells. You're not supposed to have none of that. They're supposed to block off the area and no one could come near that. Then the detectives need to come and do their own thing, take the picture. Yeah, we see them taking pictures and things, but we don't know how the depth they're going into it. Because these detectives, if you look in America, the detectives, First 48, if anybody ever watched that show, the detective go through the whole community, door to door, and ask what's going on. They leave business cards, so in case people want to be anonymous, they could call in and say something. In Trinidad, when stuff happen like that, the police talk to whoever right there, and they gone. They ain't knock no door. They ain't go by this person, go by that person. Unless somebody tell them, then they go. No, it's supposed to be mandatory that listen, this happened in this area. We locking down this area and we searching and we asking questions. That's what they do. In America, they try to lock down the community and try to go through door to door, building to building and stuff like that. So seeing as we looking abroad at watching what they're doing abroad in all different type of aspects, we need to also take what we could learn. The government need to invest into this stuff that could solve the crime and help the community flourish and get better and be more safe. Instead of wasting the money on all kind of foolishness, let's start investing in ourselves. Because who go invest in Trinidad if Trinidad won't invest in itself? That's the question. We need to start putting the money where our mouth is. Instead of talking, money where your mouth is. The government needs to do this. These facilities will help solve a lot of crime. And if you have the right equipment, it makes it easier for the scientists and them who working in the forensic science centers to come up with better clues so that they can tell it to officer, listen, detective, we found out this bullet was connected to 3 others. So if they catch that guy with the gun and the guy will, no, I just get a gun, I find the gun, then you know what, they could investigate into that to see if it's true, if this guy is making up some type of Nancy story, and figure out. Then they could hold him and say, listen, we're gonna have to hold you on this gun charge, and while you're in jail, they're doing investigation on it was connected to how much this, that, and they put it together, they put the puzzle together. Then they get to know, yo, this guy was responsible for that whole case that went down a year ago, because this same gun was used in that. Simple like that. But is criminals saying in jail right now that did numerous criminal activities by taking people's life and locked up only for minor crime? Because the forensic sciences centers and them don't have the technology to trace back to all of that, because you know why? We're investing in the tools that we need to get the job done. You can't expect a job to get done or to build. Somebody want to build a mansion but don't want to buy a block, don't want to buy cement. You can't build the mansion like that. Don't want to buy the tools to finish the job. This is what's going on in Trinidad. We don't want to spend to get the tools to make things better, but we want things better. The government need to start looking into these things. And at the same time, how could we can't even blame the police too much, because guess what? If they're going on the job without the tool to finish their job, they can't finish it. It's going to be a halfway job. But if we give them the right tools and the centers the right tools to do it, and also open up more centers, because the way the crime going in the country, you know you need more centers. It can't be backed up so much and every single day 3-4 people coming in and they can't get to that person until a week from now. Guess why? Not enough staff, not enough equipment, not enough facilities for it. Come on, Trinidad, we need to start wisening up. If you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button. Be a part of the Trini Connection team, Trini Connection family. It's not hard to hit the subscribe button, people. Don't hesitate and don't stick. If you got love for your country, Trinidad and Tobago, and also the Caribbean,
thanks for tuning in with Trini.
Subscribe button.
Connection TV. Like and subscribe. If you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button for further info and updates.